How are you doing?
I am doing good. I'm Kia'ani. My mom's Kia'ani. All her moms were Kia'anis. And I'm born for Twitichitni, which is my dad's clan. And my grandparents on my mother's side is Salt and Edgewater, Ashihitapaha. And on my father's side is Nasht Edgewater, Zuni Edgewater. And that's how I'm a human being here on earth.
What is your role as MC?
Master of ceremonies. So if there's something to be mastered in the ceremony, I take care of it. It's just reading down the agenda, making sure we're on time and the right act comes up, and maybe crack a few jokes and look funny.
How many times have you been at Rock the Canyon?
This is my 5th year.
Is this your first year being MC?
No, I emceed every year.
When did you decide to get that role?
They searched me out. I had some experience emceeing before, and their goals and their theme of Rock the Canyon was just kind of in my area, where we're trying to keep culture, Navajo culture here, trying to embrace some of the good traditions that we have, and trying some economic development, and trying to use local resources the way that we want to use the local resources, rather than someone else from outside of our lands telling us how to use our resources, which has happened thus far in our history. We would like to change that, because we have some very affluent people, very educated people, both in Navajo education and non-Navajo education, and we want to be able to utilize it. And we're a part of this world, you know. We helped write American history. We'd like to continue help write American history, but from our point of view.
So can you tell us a little bit about the local featured artists?
We have rockers, we have rappers, we have country, we have gospel. It has been all mixed for the last 4 years, but I think this year they're trying to do rhythm and blues, and with, you know, we stray off a little bit. They're starting to get to the point where you have a certain genre that we have, and this year is rhythm and blues, I think.
The featured fine artist as well, he's local from here too, and he's Navajo. Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose him?
The featured visual artist, Mr. Tony Begay, is from this area here. He's promoted culture and tradition and art. Most of these people are part of a group called Art of the People, and they focus upon taking culture, tradition, language, mixing it with visual arts, and now performing arts, trying to extend that into the future. Mr. Tony Begay is one of those folks that does that in everyday life.
Tell us a little bit about your career. When did you become a comedian?
Well, some of my relatives tell me I started at about 6 years old, but I've always liked humor. Humor is a part of Native America. Humor is a part of Navajo. Humor is a ceremony. It's part of our ceremonies. It's part of healing. You know, you have the herbal medicines, the ceremonies, and the medicinal kind of stuff, but we also have humor. And humor lets you get away from some of the stresses in life, rest to heal. And so I got into humor very early. Humor's, we have stories from the old days that talk about having humor and how we got over hard times as a people, utilizing the humor of our folks and our leadership. So I did all the other stuff that I'm supposed to do in this life. I had a career, I went into politics, I did all this kind of stuff, and then finally at the end I decided I wanted to do what I wanted to do, which was comedy, music, and the performing arts, and so I do all of the above.
Yeah, when did you become a songwriter? Aren't you a songwriter?
When I had my first girlfriend, you know, I would pen poems and guitar riffs. No, I didn't do guitar riffs. I didn't know anything about them. But you write about love, you write about hate, sorrow. You know, I started early. But that's where it all started for me, you know, passing notes in junior high. And some of those I still remember, and they end up in songs. Never tell anybody, but, oh, this is about you.
And you also are an actor, too. You were in More Than Fry Bread, correct?
Right. We did a movie called Blue Gap Boys, which was about a band that, to go to Europe in concert, they had to win a band contest, and I was one of the band members. And it's a comedy. Then we did a movie called More Than Fry Bread, which is the 22 or 23 tribes in Arizona having a fry bread contest, and I was the MC in that movie. And my latest project was a movie about Sedona, Arizona, and Native American contribution to that community, and then all of the sites that you can visit over there, and it had to do with Navajo way of life, the concept of Sa'anagebik and the word was Hojo, and so we did a film just about Hojo, and that should be released here soon. And the latest project, I have now become a member of the Star Wars family. I am General Tarkin in episode 4 for Star Wars. It's dubbed in Navajo, the complete movie. It's awesome. I wanted to be Darth Vader, but they also call him Grand Moff Tarkin, I believe. Yeah, there's a whole history. I read it. I know more about Star Wars today than I did 2 weeks ago.
Can you tell us about the economic development adventure?
We're out in the boonies, as you know, because you drove here. 95% of the world probably will never see Shanto Canyon because it's down in the canyon and it's flat. If you go 1 mile any direction, it's just flat. To have Shanto chapter and the corporation here introduce Navajo culture, tradition, way of life as they do here, and have it a fusion with internet and iPhone and smartphone, all those kind of things. It's a wonderful mix. There's a world here that you haven't seen and you haven't experienced. You know, and sometimes you see the Navajo Nation, but you only see the big pictures. You don't see what the little chips are. Shanto is one of those seemingly small chips, but it's a huge contribution to this country.
I'm Coley Kohler, here with James Billagod, and you're on Native Ground.